So what's going on, YouTube? We are playing number 20, Punch-Out! Or rather, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! There was actually two versions of this game, one with Mike Tyson and one without. There was a bunch of accusations and things against Mike Tyson, and he was basically a bad seed, and Nintendo said no thank you and took his name off the game. So there was the two versions of this game, the last boss and the other version being Mr. Dream instead of Mike Tyson. And they fight exactly the same, basically. They just changed the sprites. But anyway, enough with the trivia here. I'm going to get right into this and say that this game is pretty great. It's quick-paced, and it's fun, and it's easy to get into and figure out, and it's a really hard game. Like, the first couple matches or whatever, like, you'll beat Glass Joe and Von Kaiser no problem, but the second you get to Piston Honda, you need to start figuring out that this game has strategy, and you need to figure out how to get around certain things in the game, and that's part of the fun of this game. Now, there's a password system in the game instead of continues. Well, you have, I think, 2 or 3 continues before it's game over, but with the passwords, you get to restart at the beginning of every circuit that you were on, so it doesn't really matter all that much if you die, because you can pretty much start up right again where you left off. The music in this game is really good, as well as I really like the controls, how responsive and crisp they are. It feels really good to land that star punch when you get it on the opponent. I think as a kid I really would have loved this game, and I would have played this game quite a bit. The graphics are pretty decent for what it is, and I heard this is based on an arcade game. I actually haven't played the arcade game, but one of the things I heard about the arcade game is that Little Mac was actually double the size, the same size as the regular boxers. However, the Nintendo can't do wireframe sprites, so what they did instead was just make him half the size to make up for it, which I thought was pretty neat, because it worked out pretty well, and it makes him seem like a real underdog against these massive sized characters. So you don't really need the internet or a manual to figure out this game. You basically just play it and you learn it that way. So if you take a look at the cover of the box, I think it's pretty appealing for what it is. If you like boxing, if you were alive at that time, you would know who Mike Tyson is, and it would be pretty cool to play a game with Mike Tyson in it. So let's take a look at the back of the box, and I'll try to rate it in my best boxer announcer voice. So meet the ultimate challenge, fight Mike Tyson! Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, where you'll get the chance to compete against boxers from around the globe. Punch your way through bouts in the minor, major, and world circuits against tough contenders like Piston Honda, Glass Joe, Super Macho Man. Challenge yourself against the World Heavyweight Champion Mike Tyson in the greatest fight of all, the Dream Bout. Knock out Tyson and you can become the WVBA champ. Yeah, it basically just tells you what the game is, and it does a great job of just saying what the game is all about. It's a pretty straightforward arcade-style game, and I have no issues with it, so I gave this game a 10 out of 10, and I am keeping it in my library for sure. So I will see you guys next time. Bye now.